Oh man, it's good to have you here.
Yeah,
I
it's a
appreciate
Thursday in Kokomo and it's beautiful outside.
it. It is beautiful, man. It's all sunny and
I have a hoodie on.
did you?
Yeah, I had a hoodie on, and
Hell yeah.
about an hour ago, I was like, "Oh, that's a bad idea."
It is hoodie season in Indiana, and
Yeah,
hoodies are popular.
yeah, pants. I thought about pants and a shirt, but it was like, hoodie day.
Yeah.
Be comfortable.
Yeah, I finally found a hoodie I like. I'm not a hoodie guy, but
You zip up.
no, I liked those. And I was never a big fan of the pullovers, but I found one I liked.
You gotta find the soft ones, real soft.
It is soft. I think it's like bamboo thread or something. And it's got like a big wide opening.
When you think about bamboo, when did it become soft? You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like
right.
it's super hard and dense, and then
Yeah.
we have bamboo threads now. It's like,
Yeah, the first time I heard it, I was like, well, that sounds terrible.
you ever seen a whole forest of them? And you're like, I'm not running through that.
Right.
No, it's like corn stalks. Like you're not making corn stalk beds.
Yeah, I was just in Colombia and they're building. They have this particular species of bamboo and they build out of it. Apparently, it's like the most incredible shit. So they try to prove it to everybody and have you like climb up these huge high things they made out of it and they sway.
Oh,
They convince you that it's stronger than steel because it gives way. Like, man, it just feels like it's going to blow over.
well, it's like the trees that you see that are super tall, and you can lay there and look at them, and the top of them are just.
Yeah, it's probably true, but it doesn't change the fact that it felt like I was going to blow away. I was just going to
Yeah.
blow over.
And I'm done.
It's like, oh, I'll take the steel. It feels right.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Right on. I just saw you at All In Festival.
Yeah.
How was that?
Did you like it?
That was a great time.
Good.
First time I ever took an RV to a festival.
Well,
that-
at least it wasn't Burning Man.
Yeah, holy shit.
That would have been a disaster.
That was nuts. I remember looking at the weather, and they were like, oh, a hurricane's going to go here. And I was like, there's deserts there. I was like, man, that sucks. Deserts shouldn't have hurricanes. But then I was like, no big deal. Like,
It'll dry up.
People aren't on deserts, so
Yep.
like it won't hurt that many people. I forgot. 70,000 people would be at Burning Man.
70,000. And that, I guess that mud, it's like weird mud. Like it's not just normal mud like we get here. It's like sand and weird, sticky,
It
gooey
looked weird.
stuff. Yeah. Looks like otherworldly.
I've never been in a giant sand mud puddle.
I've never been in a big desert like that.
Really?
No. And I don't know if I would really enjoy just being in big vast openness. I feel like you're in the middle of a cornfield, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing around you.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
I mean, in a festival setting, that'd be good. But yeah, All In was fun. Very well put together. I thought they had a great lineup for being Indiana people, or an Indiana festival, I should say. Yeah, no complaints on my end. You know, I had 2 days of driving back, so we drove down every night and drove back.
Oh, really?
So we always had a DD. So that slept in my own bed both nights.
Nice.
It was super nice. No, just from my standpoint, I always look at everything: the production, the bands, the hospitality, the the way they have everything set up, everything like
'cause
that.
you do all that stuff too.
Yeah, and so I always take the good and the bad and kind of just apply it to what we do or what I do. And yeah, I thought it was very well ran. Wasn't really a hassle getting in or out. It wasn't packed everywhere we went. It was very comfortable.
It was.
Lines for food and beer were not very long. Bands sounded great. They had great production.
It did sound good.
And they had, they had people that like cared about what they were doing. Like all their vendors were there to have a good time and also sell their things. They weren't just there to peddle, whatever junk they were trying to sell. So
Yeah, I noticed that. I got some food I'd never heard of, and I can't remember the name.
was it a chaza?
Maybe.
Was
Were
it a
they-
chimichanga pizza?
No, I don't really know.
Was it a
It was
roti
really
roll?
Spicy.
A roti roll?
But I know when I ordered it, I asked for egg. and they all started screaming egg and dancing around, and they had like this whole ritual and shit. They were having a great time making food.
Yeah.
It was cool to see.
Well, I think the vendors that they had were the same vendors they've had at Railbird, because that Roadie Roll, that Chaza, and some of those other guys were all at that festival too.
I see.
So they have a Chaza, so it's a chimichanga pizza.
Oh, deep fried pizza. I did see him
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that.
So it's a roll. It had food in it. And, it had like a Philly cheesesteak or a pizza, and it was called Mario, Luigi, Princess Toad, and a couple other ones.
Yeah.
And if you ordered them, they would yell back their order. They'd be like, Mario, Luigi, got the brothers. I was like, man, these people are really enjoying themselves. So seeing that kind of thing helps the whole environment of a festival. You can't just have people back there that are just hating life and there to make a couple dollars,
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, I hope they do it again next year. This is the second year, I think. And I think this year they went more jam band rather than, I think the first year they did classic rock, maybe. Something like that. So
Jam band except Tenacious D.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Well, you could also see...
Somehow it didn't fit in, but it really made sense.
Yeah, everybody's so stoned and watching Tenacious D. They're like, oh, spicy meatballs. No, but I think that from Saturday night to Sunday night, you could see the crowd differ a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially Saturday night was a little bit older, more bearded crowd, a little bit more metal rock and roll crowd, I guess. And then Saturday or Sunday night was more like a jam band scene. You would see more tie-dyes and hippies smelling. And
yeah, I got way more hugs Sunday.
Yeah, for sure.
They were just getting handed out.
Yeah, hugs and dogs.
Right. Yeah. Oh, man. Good time. How was it seeing so many bands that you kind of been booking and bringing up on the bill for this, and bills for, like all kinds of festivals have been having bands on it that you've been booking for years?
It's wild, really, because you get to see them in a place like the Coterie, and then you go to a big festival and they're opening for some of your favorite bands that you've ever seen.
Yeah,
and it's kind of surprising, to say the least, especially when you put in the work, like Pushing Daisies. Those guys are just monsters, man. They're so good at what they do. They have a great crowd. They're young, they're motivated, and then they're the first band that plays. And you're looking and you're just like, man, this is awesome. This is next year. I hope they're middle of the day, and then next year after that, I hope they're way higher than that. Yeah. But just like the Main Squeeze from Bloomington, they played, and the Main Squeeze is one of those bands coming up in Bloomington that we had seen down at the Vogue, down at the Bluebird, open up for these big acts. And saw them at Hyperion Festival, running lights for them at All In, and they just crushed. They crushed the big stage.
Yeah.
And just giving those bands that opportunity to, like, thrive. And, and what we do in Kokomo is just, we help support those people every step of the way, whether they're big, small, and in hopes of one day, Pushing Daisies may be a household name, rocking throughout the world, and they come back to Kokomo and play at the Coterie because we've always supported them.
Yeah, that'd be great. There's so many good bands that play at the Coterie. And then you see them up there, and you're like, man, this band is going to play on a big stage.
Yeah.
And this is a stepping stone. It's a good one. And then you do see them on a big stage, and you're like, yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. It was really cool because Max and all those guys from Pushing Daisies were super thankful that we were there early to see them. We're not just skipping over the little guys, because I think that's what everybody forgets about festivals. They go for the big names, but it's some of the smaller bands that you go see that, like, you become friends with, and then you become addicted to, and then you start being a fanboy for them. So it's really neat.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But yeah, I think the overall All In phenomenal job for those guys. And I got to run into quite a few people from the indie scene that I don't see a lot that do the booking and bands and stuff like that. And nice to shake hands and smile instead of emails and, hey, I'm sending you a band, blah, blah, blah. And good to see all those guys out having a good time too. So,
man, isn't it just good in general to, like, be able to see people in person again?
It's
Gosh, not just for work.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Oh yeah, we have new scares happening. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was all new scares.
Yeah, I think we're all numb to being scared now.
Yeah, we're all good. It's a big horror film at this point.
Yeah.
We're in the lull. Where's the next scary moment gonna fucking?
Oh, the bad guy's coming again. Well, I'm not running this time.
I'm gonna sit here with my wooden spoon.
Yeah. My mask is too far away. I give up.
I'm done. Yeah, then no. Yeah, the rest of that, man. The rest of all in that whole weekend, man. I couldn't ask for better weather. The people were nice. I didn't see one issue with people the whole time.
Me neither. Not one.
And especially the amount of alcohol and other substances people were using all weekend. I didn't see one issue at all, and that's amazing. The security was very, very chill. They didn't, as long as you're not hurting everybody didn't care. You could go up on the grandstand and do whatever, and come back down, watch your band, walk over to the main pavilion, and watch their stuff too.
Yeah, man, they were cool. I didn't see any cops or any need for. One thing I didn't see that you always see, even when people are cool, is like a medevac. I didn't even see an ambulance or any sort of medical emergency. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I didn't see one. Not one person took too many drugs or overheated. Or
the stage right on second stage was first aid tent. But other than that, no, not that I can think of.
That's a good day.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how many people were there. If I had to guess, I'd probably say, Pepsi Coliseum was pretty full Saturday night.
It didn't seem like there was many people there because everything went so smooth, but then like the headliners would have so many people.
And I think the upper deck of when Tenacious D went on was the only thing that wasn't full.
But the whole stadium was
and that's 6,000, 7,000 maybe. So, I think with a hockey show, you're looking at 6,500 people in that arena. So, if you have people on the floor, the floor wasn't packed. I mean, it was very comfortable to stand there, and there was always a seat available if you couldn't stand.
Yeah, that was the greatest.
So I thought it, probably 6,000 to 7,000 people.
It's a pretty good festival.
Yeah, very well ran.
It was cool going indoors and outdoors and back and forth. I'd never done that before.
They made it very fluid. You could just go one to the other.
Yeah,
back and forth without having anything in between. If you wanted to go inside when it like midday, when it was 80 degrees, not really hot, but if you wanted to go inside, it felt really good.
It did.
And you can go outside, and there's a lot of shade. It was very well thought out.
Oh man! So you probably made it to a few shows this summer.
Couple.
Yeah. What was the best one? I know you're a big Fish fan.
Yeah, I haven't seen Fish yet. I get to see Fish in a couple weeks.
Oh, nice.
Well, middle of October. Best show this year?
You mentioned, you were expecting to have one of the best shows in Colorado.
Billy Strings in Colorado.
But that turned into a hard experience.
Well, there's two nights. One of them was really not. One of them it rained for 3 days in Colorado, which doesn't happen apparently. It was just a soggy, wet, muddy mess. Music was great, but it's 40 degrees in the mountains and pouring down rain and the wind whipping around at Red Rocks. It's hard. It's really hard.
Stuck it out, though.
Stuck it out. We stuck it out till about set break, and my wife was just like, I'm ready to go. I'm like, oh, I love you. Thank you for coming with me. It's time to go. So
that's asking a lot.
I bought the stream, and we watched it from the comfort of our Airbnb. It was nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard. I go into each concert just kind of open-minded. I don't really rank them on a basis of like what my favorite one was, but I think this year I've seen Billy Strings more than most people. Railbird Festival in Lexington was fun. Zach Bryan and Tyler Childers. Also, Killer Festival that was well set up. 3 stages. Third stage was phenomenal. Had a bunch of smaller bands from Lexington and around the Midwest that I caught on to, and hopefully be coming through here sometime soon.
That'd be dope. You take a lot of inspiration from those things, don't you, for what you do?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just part of what I do for a living, so it's kind of market research, I guess, or not really market, but
Yeah, staying
what to call
relevant,
that.
seeing what's
Yeah.
going on.
And I would say, man, you put me on the spot with that one.
With which question did I ask? I forgot already.
The best concert this year. Yeah, I mean, Billy Strings is top notch for me. It's bluegrass, it's rock and roll, it's psychedelic, it's dancey, it's fun. The people are rad.
It hits a mark with a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's something that I really liked Yonder Mountain String Band. I really liked that vibe. And when Jeff passed, it just kind of went to the wayside, and Billy kind of picked up where they left off a little bit for myself, and it was amazing. Goose is another one of those bands that I've seen quite a few times, and they're from Connecticut, and they're very fish-based, more rock and roll, more progressive rock, jammy stuff. So, Goose.
That's a new one to me. I'm about to check it out.
Yeah, check out Goose. They're fun. Little 5-piece light guys from Indianapolis. He did Bruise on Buckeye 3 years ago.
I should remember that.
Yeah, it's the one where it rained and we had the tent set up.
Yeah.
And he ran all the lights and headphones and the earpieces and stuff.
That was a weird year.
Yeah, it was a fun year.
Yeah, it was.
But
everybody still came.
Yeah,
a tent party.
Cared. No one cared. It was like, it's raining, we're going to throw a party whether you like it or not.
Yeah. We said rain or shine, but people were like, that means everybody must go.
Yeah,
it was great.
Rain's not going to hurt you. If anything, it's going to make you have a better time.
I agree.
In that instance, I don't want anybody hurt, but like,
yeah, maybe not in Red Rock.
Yeah, you're in the middle of a brick road, getting rained on while drinking beer for 4 hours. So
yeah,
you'll be fine.
It was like 75. Too. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even cold.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, so I don't know. We just started shooting the shit. There's like a platform to this podcast, believe it or not.
No.
Yeah, I'm not good at this yet. I just like talking to people.
Yeah.
Especially people like you, because you do all kind of interesting things, and we see each other a lot. We talk quite often, but we're always talking about something, trying to accomplish something.
We're talking about work, and then we get caught on tangents, and then we forget about work for a while, and then we have to talk about work again, and then we get caught on a tangent, and then at the end of it, we're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, if we hang out long enough without some kind of purpose, we're going to end up like taking on some kind of project. Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
Oh man, but I wanted to ask you, the platform is sort of talking to entrepreneurs and people with an entrepreneurial spirit and kind of getting out of you what that's like and how you do it, because it's not normal. I don't know. We always forget that. Like we think people do what we do, but most people don't. And they like hearing about what our life's like. Maybe they're thinking about getting into their own side gig or thing, or just curious. But I have a feeling your methods and perspective are pretty unique. So far, they're all unique. But so how do you...
Yeah, that's what makes an entrepreneur, because they all follow their own spirit, I feel like, in that essence of, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to live doing, and they go do it with their own self, I guess.
Yeah, well, what's that look like for you, man? What's your day like?
What's my day like?
You don't get up and clock in.
It just depends what day it is, honestly, and it's kind of nice that way. You know, I have things that I plan to do, and there's things that I need to do, and there's things that I don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, day to day, it just depends. You know, my Mondays and Tuesdays are pretty set in stone. The rest of the week, I can kind of just spread my stuff out as I need to before the weekend.
Yeah, and all your stuff is stuff that you decide to do.
Yep.
Which is way different than a person working for someone.
Yeah.
They get instructions.
Yep.
Or expectations, at least.
Yep. So that's what you gave me, though, when you hired me at the social for a fucking
long time ago.
Man, a long time ago.
Yeah.
You gave me expectations after quite a few managers that could not do that. Being the owner and GM that you were, you gave me that opportunity to grow and gave me a set amount of room to grow what I do. So with that helped me grow what we do on a regular basis.
Yeah, dude, that's why we're partners now.
Yeah.
Because you just ran with that shit in the right direction. You were born for it.
Fucking shit sucking, man. You know?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That has no dog on nobody, no, you know, none of that stuff.
Yeah,
it's
when
just
you came
one
to
of those
work
things,
for me, dude, it was...
I never intended to be this far at all. I was bartending, and you guys kind of like, hey, you should just come work for us. We're way cooler than slinging burritos and frozen margaritas. And I was just like, I don't know, I make pretty good money over here. You know, you're like, oh, give it a shot, you know, whatever. And then it just grew into, I was bartending, and then I helped build the new place, the big monster. And then slowly but surely, no one could really do what you guys wanted them to do. And I thought I had a good grasp on it, and kind of just dove in. And I think that's what a lot of entrepreneurs do. They just dive in. And whether that's going to suffice them in the end, or, you know, it's not going to work out, you have to do it at some point. And I think my point with you guys was just like, hey, I can't really bartend and do all these things at one time. And you guys were just like, figure it out. It was like, yeah well, I am. I'm sorting it out, you know.
Yeah, you did great. I remember that was a long time ago. But most people don't make that transition.
Time ago. No.
Most people don't have that switch.
No.
And for you, got a pretty good process.
Yeah.
But you with sink or swim, it always is, and you were a good swimmer. And kept going, too, until, you know, you brought the coterie. I think I brought the original let's do a bar idea, and then you brought the idea of what the coterie became to me. I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, even now, in 9 years, almost 10 years later, the bar has grown and changed. And just like you and I have grown and changed,
oh yeah,
we've had to grow and adapt that bar to what it is now. And honestly, I think it's the best version of itself right now.
It's so cool right
but
now.
The thing is, like, we can't be stuck on that, because we are providing a service for people. And if those people want something to change, as a mass majority, you have to be able to change your business plan. I think that's what's really afforded us success so far, is being able to change everything that we do at a drop of a dime and really dive into it.
Yeah, that's very apparent. It's a very apparent great skill you have that I appreciate. Because you have to be like dead set on making something work.
Yeah, consistency.
Until a point, and then you have to be like, okay, it's time for this to change.
Yep.
I have to change my mind. Have to change my beliefs.
Yep. And that's, you know, there's a lot of things that, you know, when we first opened that we don't do anymore. And there's things that we do now that I said I would never do, you know, and that's just one of those things. It happens. And am I the only one that sees that? Yeah, I'm the only one that knows, hey, I'm never going to sell domestic beer in this bar because I don't want to be that bar. Well, you know, you get so busy that you just get tired of telling people no, just take their money. You know, no, we don't carry domestics because we like to support local breweries. And it's just like, there's 300 people in your bar. Here's your $5 beer. Thank you. You know?
Yeah.
And that's just one of those things that, you know, I didn't really want to be a burger bar. I wanted to do nicer food, but at the time, like, we had a kitchen with a 30-inch griddle.
Yeah.
And we made do, and we said, man, we're selling burgers like mad right now. And it just so happens that we're really good at making burgers. So we doubled down and just built a whole place based around local beef and beer and music. And it works really well.
It does. And that's so smart. Like, it's one thing to try to make some cool stuff happen. It's another thing to figure out, realize what you're really good at.
Yep.
And just capitalize on it.
Yeah. Or just what's missing. You know, and that's taking a look at your surroundings and realizing what people want or need, or looking at other cities kind of like yours and taking your own adaptation of that and putting it there. So people always ask me, they're like, well, where did it come from? And I'm like, I don't know. I really don't. Like Dustin said, there's this space downtown that we need to look at. And so we went and looked at it.
Oh, the business originally?
Yeah, and we just kind of looked at it, and it just kind of developed. And people always ask me, well, where'd the name come from? And I'm always just like, it was a text thread of random words and names, and it was the one that stuck. And just happenstance that downtown Kokomo's thriving. It's getting bigger. It's getting better every year, and we just so happen to be at that kind of forefront right there at the beginning of it. And it's kind of cool to see downtown change and being a part of that big movement towards more localized stuff.
Yeah, I think the Coterie accelerated that quite a bit. That's my personal belief. You got to have really cool art and culture happening for an area to take off.
Yeah.
And the downtown, everybody was working on making downtown awesome.
Yeah.
But somebody had to bring the art and culture.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Coterie nailed it.
Yeah, and I have the Sycamore Marketplace to thank for kind of being there before it was cool.
Yeah, that was great.
The Sycamore Market, they had that brewery in the basement. They had live music. They had decent, I don't ever remember eating there, but I also got really drunk there a lot.
And an outdoor. Yeah. It was perfect. If that were around now, they'd be banging.
Yeah, and and I take a look at that, and I take a look at what we're doing, and it's just like they were before their time, and I think that was a lot of the inspiration for doing what we did downtown. And then just taking what I've visited, from being in different cities all over the United States, and just taking what I liked about certain places and putting it in one place. So it's been pretty wild, really. It's almost 10 years, man. It's almost 10 years.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Man.
Next year will be our 10th year of Brews on Buckeye.
When's the first time we threw a party together publicly? 16 years?
I have zero idea.
Yeah, at least where my memory cuts off, which is long enough.
Yeah. I mean, it was the old. I didn't really do much at the old social. I just bartended and stayed after work and drank until the sun came up.
You just described every job position there was in that building. There were no other jobs.
There were no other jobs.
I was a 20-something bar owner.
Yeah. No, it would have to be. Because I really didn't do anything at the old social. And then the big monster social on La Fountain, we went through a couple managers to get to where...
That was a sobering experience.
For you, I was bartending and just fucking along for the ride at that point. Sleeping on the upstairs cabanas in between fucking lunch and dinner, trying not to die.
Yeah.
It would have to be, if I guessed, it's been 10, it's been 5 before that, 5 or 6 before that. Yeah, 15, 16 years ago, probably.
Still throwing the best parties.
Still throwing the best parties. And I can thank my fucking 18 to 20-year-old self for learning that.
Yeah. Yeah, the parties have grown up a little bit.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. No more hunch punch out of coolers and
yeah. Oh my gosh.
It is kind of a wild ride, though, to think about going from slinging wet burritos and frozen margaritas to running a small little nightclub, 199 people. Yep. I think it was 99 people max.
500 outside.
Yeah, 500 people outside, 99 inside. And then going to La Fountain to, I don't even know the capacity of La Fountain.
18,000 square feet, 5,000.
Yeah, and then going from that sports bar, nightclub, champagne room, didn't really do any outside events. We did some Harley events.
Dude, our building was so big.
Yeah, we didn't have to do outside stuff.
Yeah,
but I mean, what I remember most about that time was we were able to help so many people do some cool stuff. Ben Burker and Katrina's son, when he was born, had some issues. Medical issues. Event, right? We had a beer pong party, and I think that was really my first time that I can think of. My brain escapes me, but that one was probably the first one that I felt like we could make a change in how people perceive bars, as per se, or how they saw our bar, I guess.
Yeah,
because we raised quite a lot of money for them to take care of their child, and that was really neat. So going from that, and then just growing up, what do they call that? Gnashing your teeth, or whatever, cutting your teeth there, and then taking that and just dumbing it, not really dumbing it down, but creating a new bar from the ground up. After that has been really humbling and really made me where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's a good place to be, man. And we did. I remember when you said that, I started remembering all the stuff we did. We all became like philanthropists all of a sudden.
Oh yeah,
it was really cool. I mean, we were like when the tornado thing hit the city.
Yep.
We brought the Red Cross so much shit.
Yeah. Well, and it wasn't just us either. I mean, it was our people. It was our family that we created in the bar that were dropping off towels and dropping off water and dropping off. And we had like 2 big trucks full of stuff that we dropped off for all the workers.
That was cool.
And that's, just like yesterday we opened up early for the strike, for the UAW strike. And I mean, did we have to? No, we didn't have to do that. We didn't have to donate 10% of our stuff to their strike fund. But those are the people that are coming in to support us, and we have to support them too.
Yeah, our customers always come through.
Yeah.
I remember one really cool one too, and see if you remember this. Remember when the Haiti earthquake hit? Mm-hmm. And one of our employees, Bruce, it was my partner, his dad that worked for us, he was in Haiti doing aid, and he got shot later on. But anyway, he came back and he pitched us this idea, and the social built a concrete house in Haiti for families that still stands to this day.
That's wild.
That's wild to think that selling some beers can build a house
in Haiti somewhere,
an earthquake-proof house,
and someone's living in it, and they're appreciative of it, and they have no idea that this nightclub in the middle of Carpatania built this house. Right. So we should have put hey, this stone has to go on last. It's just built on booze and bad decisions.
Yes, we should have sent him one of our big pictures with like the whole.
Look at these guys. We don't want to live in this house. We didn't build it. They built it.
Yeah, Bruce built it, I think, or with people. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh, Bruce.
Oh, man. So what other entrepreneurial stuff have you been into? I know you do like some shirts and some art.
I really haven't done art lately. I'm just getting funks kind of where like I don't feel like I need to do art, I guess. I feel like I'm surrounded by artwork all the time. But yeah, on T-shirts. Been doing Indiana's Fuck shirts for 7-8 years now.
Yeah.
Maybe longer than that,
It's popular too.
Yeah, and it's just hand to hand. I mean, I've never created a website. I've never tried to push it that way, but I think the last number we hit was like 4,000 shirts we've sold.
That's great.
I think it was 3,000 to 4,000, and they've all been sourced locally here from Mr. Prince. So he's printed every last one of them. So if someone happens to see someone, they email me, I'll mail them out, but mostly just hand to hand at festivals, concerts, here locally at events, stuff like that. Has really been cool.
That's cool. Your focus on local's always been cool to me. It's like the first thing that comes to your mind. I'm like, hey man, can we do this? And you're like, yeah, but I wonder if we could do it local.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to support those people that are in our community, because they're going to turn around, they're going to spend their money with us, and they're going to spend their money with the other businesses that we're supporting. And that's important to me, because who knows what's going to happen 10 years down the road. We might need support from them, and we might need support from all these people that we've always supported our whole life. So at the end of the day, man, it's those people that are living next to us and living down the road that we need to support more than the ones that are in New York City and high rises that have no idea what we're doing.
100%, or overseas.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, death by big box.
Yeah,
stores, man.
I'm very fortunate that we ran into, speaking of coterie and using local, Bobby McCain from Irvin Township Meats.
Oh yeah, that's been great.
So he messaged me multiple times on Facebook. Hey, I got meat. Hey, I got beef. Hey, I got beef. Hey, man, just try my beef. Dropped off some beef. Hey, I got some beef. And then, like, literally for, I don't know how long. And he just bugged me and bugged me and bugged me and bugged me. And I was just like, you know what? We're good for right now. And then it just so happened that, you know, one day we couldn't get our normal beef that we were getting. And I said, hey, if you drop it off, that'd be great. And he's never stopped dropping it off since. So
that's a good story, man. That's sticking to it.
160, 180 pounds of beef every week. That man drives to the bar every week, drops it off for us fresh every week. So
that's great.
Yeah, that's not any kind of service that any big box can give us for the price and just the overall camaraderie and friendship that Bobby and his whole family have had.
Yeah, family owned, man.
Yeah, family owned, family operated.
And they have a new one on the way.
Already here.
Already here?
Already here. Already
the first time I had a chance to talk to him was at Brews on Buckeye. And he told me,
all my fault, apparently.
Yeah, he told me that story about how somehow you put a spell on him to get his wife pregnant. I don't know. What's that about?
Large Marge. That's what he calls her.
Oh
Large God. Marge. She's not large, and her name is Marjorie, so whatever. I called him, and I said it was like a rainy Saturday. The farmer's market had canceled, and I called him. And I said, hey, if you want to set up in the front of the coterie, just set up in the front of the coterie, bring your coolers, and we'll have a decent little crowd.
To sell this beef?
You can sell your beef and sausages
cool.
and everything to our guests, and they can carry it out, blah, blah, blah.
Dope.
So he comes in for brunch, lunch that day, and has quite a few cocktails, and apparently that's the day. I put the juju on him to go home and make a fifth, fourth, maybe. So yeah, that was my doing.
So did he end up naming it Kyle?
I hope not. I don't think so. I think he would have told me that, but no, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, he's a great dude.
Hopefully, it's Mini Marge.
Mini Marge. Oh my gosh, he's a good old boy.
Yeah, oh yeah, and they're just great people.
Yeah,
and yeah, just the whole local thing to me is just important on that aspect because I don't know, they're people. You know, you're not dealing with a website. Yeah. You're dealing with people, and people can help other people. So
that's it. And it makes for a cool brand. Like when you walk in the coterie and there's so many awesome alcohols and beers and stuff, and you just don't see them all at the big box grocery stores. You don't see most of them.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks at the same time because a lot of people are just, hey, where can I get this beer? And it's just like
here
at the brewery, you know, up in Michigan City at Burnham, or you have to go somewhere else to get it. The exclusivity type of thing for that beer type of industry. But as far as like meat, like the meat and the bread and stuff like that, we try to be pretty transparent where you can pick it up.
Yeah, and it's good stuff too. Like it's not just a novel thing getting local stuff.
Yeah. Quality's always better.
A lot of people used to think maybe that smaller companies didn't make as good stuff. It's actually the opposite.
Yeah.
Like this, at least with beer, probably farming, the smaller it is, the better it is, more reliable. Yeah. It's like all the care in the world and quality is what they have.
Yep. And that's quality over quantity most of the time, you know.
Yeah.
And working locally, like I can ask Bobby and say, hey, we're doing pork burgers this week. What kind of pork burgers do you have? And he can give us, you know, jalapeno cheddar. He can give us mango habanero. He can give us, you know, whatever he has. And there's multiple options. And if we want to do something custom with him just for us, then he's more than willing to work with us.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So...
yeah, I tried doing that with the giant processing distributor.
They're gonna laugh at me. Yeah. Oh, you guys are a burger bar in Kokomo. Yay. Cool. Awesome.
So what's next for you, man? Any entrepreneurial crazy ideas on the horizon or sticking to growth with what you're already doing?
Just, a midget strip club, you know?
Dude. It's that people are going to believe that. Even if we both say right now you were kidding, it doesn't matter. Somebody's already stopped the video.
It is called Tiny Dancers.
No. Wait, are the people midgets or is the club really small?
First off, they're little people. Second off,
Well, you said midget. Don't put your shit words in my mouth.
no, I don't have any idea. There's a lot of things I want to do. There's a lot of things that I don't need to do. And right now, I think my best bet is to still just keep doing what I'm doing. And that is just to keep the coterie just ahead of everything. I want to be more active with trying to push the city to be more open to things, I guess. I don't know what word I'm looking for there.
You just want more participation. You want more.
Yeah, I want the city
more
to
partnerships.
Be bigger. I want the city to do better. I want the concerts at the park to be better. I want the festivals to be bigger. I want more reasons for more people to come to Kokomo. I don't want people to move from here. I want people to move here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
It's kind of funny because I joke with people. I'm like, hey, they're like, this is a really nice city. I'm like, you don't tell a lot of people. Like we don't want everybody moving here, but it's nice. It's super nice that we're not a big city.
Yeah, our problems are manageable. When we get them, it seems like we could straighten them out in a reasonable amount of time.
Yep.
Like when shit goes wrong in Chicago, it's such a thing.
Yeah, it'll
so
take.
big.
They're still trying to figure out an issue that's been there for 10 years.
Yeah.
So, that's it, really. I love that. I love what I do downtown. I love the people I work with, and I love what we're doing as a whole. And I don't think that I could split my time any better anywhere else, if that makes sense. Especially, kids,
for sure.
Kids getting older. Wife.
Yeah, you just got married.
Yeah, her salon just opened up less than a year ago. Kids are in school. They're growing up. Spending time with them, and then making sure the bar's all good. Splitting that much time and energy on something else right now just isn't in the works, I guess.
Oh, that's plenty.
I'm always thinking about it. You and I both know that. We're always
trying to talk each other into shit too.
And then we talk ourselves out of it real fast.
The next time I see him, like, dude, why did you? I almost thought I was going to do that.
That sounds like a great idea. Then we talk about it for 30 minutes, and we both be like,
that sounds like
work.
A lot of work.
Yeah, no thank you.
What do I sacrifice to do that? No thanks.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's good that you're in a great spot in your career where you've created your own career and you've finally gotten all of the pieces in place that you like all of them.
Yeah.
That's a great spot to be, and to be doing it at your age is awesome.
I'm not 40 yet.
Not 40 yet.
Yeah.
That's good.
February.
It will happen.
It will happen.
It happened to me once.
That's it. The two, right? Yeah. Just once.
Snuck up on me.
Yeah. And that itself has helped me personally just kind of designate my time and my space for things that I want to do. So that's important, and as an entrepreneur, I think sometimes I get wrapped up in so much stuff at the bar. I got to have events, I have designs, I got menus, I got food, I've got drinks, I've got people, I've got all this stuff to worry about. And trying to add something else on top of that would be a lot,
You'd take away from it.
It would take away from it. And right now I feel like it's going and it's chugging and it's
you're leading the race.
It's rocking and rolling, and I've not seen anybody ever just jump back. Just stay there, just stay at the front.
Yeah, you got to keep that foot on the pedal, right?
All gas, no brakes, baby.
Oh man. So I have a really important question.
Yep.
Are aliens real?
Absolutely. 100%.
100%.
Yeah. And how you describe an alien, I guess, is what is up for discussion. And do I think there are other living beings in this whole universe? Absolutely. Is that an alien? Yeah, right?
Sure.
Yeah. That's what an alien would be to me. Do I think we have little green Martians and stuff? I don't know. Maybe they are green. Maybe they're purple. Maybe they're gray. Maybe
Oh, I
they're
see what
living.
you're saying.
Maybe they're living among us, and maybe they have.
So you don't believe in like a specific
No.
alien?
Uh-uh.
You just believe that there's life outside of
Absolutely.
our atmosphere.
Yeah.
It started outside of our planet.
There's no way that in this whole realm of being a human being, that we on planet Earth are the only living, breathing creatures.
I totally agree with that. From there is where I start to question things.
Yeah, and it's
Like,
very questionable.
Have they visited
after that.
here? Are
Yeah.
they at all like us? Would they even be remotely similar to us where we would recognize it?
Who knows?
Yeah.
What about the Mexican aliens they just found?
Yeah, do you think that there are aliens here on our planet that came from another planet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, where? I have zero idea. Because if I knew, I probably wouldn't tell you guys. I probably wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be with the aliens, smoking weed on the beach somewhere. But I don't like. I do think they've visited. I do think they've been here, because there's a lot of stuff that we and when I say here, I mean on Earth.
Yeah.
At this point, no, probably not. But you look at the pyramids.
So you think there's no aliens living here right now among us? But
Maybe.
yeah. Not sure.
But
about
like
it.
you look at the pyramids and how all these pyramids were built back in the day. There's no way humans were doing that. And it's to me
Definitely not primitive humans.
no.
So that story is definitely wrong.
Yeah.
But
And that for me that's just a huge like, how did that happen? How did that get made here before any of this technology, before any of this ever happened? And I don't know. I'm like you. I will question until I either question, like super question it, or like believe it.
yeah, I think what's it going to take though? I'm afraid that I'm such a suspicious, pessimistic human. I'm afraid I'm going to have to touch one for myself before I believe it.
Today at noon, the NASA people were going to have a little conversation.
Really?
About UAPs or UABs or whatever they're calling UFOs now.
Yeah.
So they were going to have a press conference about something. I'm interested to see what that was about.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear about it.
But I don't like.
So sometimes I get lost in this conversations about unidentified things.
Yeah.
Because unidentified just means you can't
just don't know what it is.
identify it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's anything in particular.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Yeah, an alien.
yeah, I want to see one run across my floor.
Yeah, I want to see an alien
Or
walk,
float
I
by
want
her,
to.
yeah.
I want to see a living, breathing thing before I can say with 100% I know aliens exist. But there's no way that they don't.
Statistically in the universe, there's definitely life of some kind.
Yeah. Do you think there's other humans in the whole universe? Because that's even weirder.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the infinite theories would say there has to be.
Yeah.
And then dimensions too.
Yeah. And black holes. What happens when you go in a black hole? You just go to another alternate universe? Because then you're just talking. Now you're just getting way out there.
Yeah, none of this makes sense without psychedelics.
And none of it matters, really. And at the end of the day, like I'm going to go to bed tonight and be like, "Fucking aliens, man."
Yeah, isn't it weird though? It's a conversation. It's like a congressional conversation. It's a governmental conversation. It's a full public conversation. Like, why in the hell are we all talking about aliens?
Because the government wants us to talk about aliens.
Seems like it.
Right? And the whole conspiracy theorist type of wing of things, it's like, what are you hiding? You know, what are they hiding from us? What are they trying to not have us focus on? Here,
Distraction.
take some aliens.
Yeah.
You know, here's your proof of aliens. Now quit worrying about all the money that we take from you guys.
Yeah, well,
And spend it irresponsibly.
Or stop looking at our new technology we're testing.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that 100%. Here's an idea, though. What if we were the first people to get an alien to come to our bar?
That'd be great.
That's
That'd be wonderful.
That's the plan. We should put out an In Search Of a little job application posting for the universe.
Well, we got to figure out what attracts them first.
Yeah, what
And
do they
right
want?
now, it's always fucking the hillbillies in Nebraska or something weird.
Why is that true?
It is, man.
It
They're like,
is.
you
Why?
see all these weird things, and it's like in the hills of Nebraska, and you're like, what? If aliens are going to come to America and they're going to go to Nebraska, like, come on,
We
man.
don't even go to Nebraska.
No one goes to Nebraska.
Maybe just when they take people from cities, nobody notices.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I think partying with alien would be neat. Like,
Yeah.
getting stoned and talking about the universe with aliens. Like, man, this one time.
Have to download like his Google Translator.
Yeah, maybe maybe they don't even speak. Maybe they just like throw up their finger and it's just a picture. I don't know. It's a weird, like, I would like to see what everybody. Have you ever seen those where they like make people draw what they think things look like? So like everybody has this idea of what an alien looks like, and I have zero expectation of what an alien looks like.
Really?
Because I've seen pictures of all these different aliens.
I don't believe in that nonsense. I believe in aliens, but I don't believe in that nonsense.
Like what? Like what they look like?
Yeah, that they always look like us, but a little different.
Yeah, no,
like
I don't,
like
no.
we look like we do for like a billion years of very specific evolution.
Yeah. And we're still evolving. Like the way we look is still evolving to
to our environment
change.
specifically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so unless their environment was identical to ours, they wouldn't look anything like us. I mean, even other mammals don't look anything like us, and they grew up here too.
Yeah. So what if like Men in Black's the real aliens?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's people that are just aliens in fucking human skins, and they break out and they're a big slug. You know?
Yeah. That seems actually. It seems to me like it would be even more extreme.
Yeah.
Like, and time matters too, because different planets are different sizes and they have different cycles around their sun, so they would evolve to understand time in their own way.
Yep.
So like, like a tree, for example, time moves much slower than a human. What if an alien looks like a cloud and just floats into our atmosphere, but it lives in like an extremely extended time frame?
Yeah.
Even if it was an intelligent cloud, it would like maybe 1,000 years on Earth would be a second. Or the other way around, 1,000 seconds would be a...
Speaking of clouds,
a year.
Have you seen that video of the guy? He's like, how would you describe to people that you live on Earth, and how would you describe clouds? Like just these big poofy things just fly overhead every day. And
to an alien?
and to just someone else that doesn't know what a cloud is. And you've got this cloud, and it just hovers in the air all day, and they look different, and there's different colors, and then sometimes they bring rain, and sometimes they bring electricity, and sometimes they bring big thunder, and like sometimes they just block the whole sun.
It sounds terrifying when you start to describe it.
It is, and it's just like we look at them every day, and we're like, oh, those are cool. They're just a normal part of our day.
No wonder that ancient Greeks designed all of their God beliefs around Zeus and the thunder and lightning
and thunder, and because that, I mean, at that time, like that's wild to them.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's everyday thing for us now.
Yeah,
we check
crazy.
the weather, and people can tell us the weather half the time. So
that's true. But you could actually be killed by a cloud today.
Yeah, you get struck by lightning and die today. And guess
or
what?
Washed away, or
you can't arrest that cloud. Arrest that storm.
Yeah, it should still be terrifying to us. We can't stop it.
No, we can't do anything about it.
We just circled back to the desert hurricane.
Yeah, hell yeah, we did.
Burning Man.
Yeah,
it's a great example. 65,000 people checked the weather and still almost got killed by a cloud.
Still almost got killed by the cloud. Yeah, I've seen the pictures. It looked unhealthy at best.
I was curious about the night,
oh yeah,
because what surprised me about the desert was how fast it could get cold. Because we live in the Midwest, and I grew up with humidity.
Yeah,
so the temps here change drastically, but not
10, 20 degrees,
and not in a couple hours.
Yeah, I mean, it go from 90 to 40 there very fast.
Yeah, as soon as the sun's gone. What's it like after it rains a couple inches in a desert? It's all wet. And
that's 40 degrees.
Yeah, I bet that was terrible.
Miserable. and everybody's just got drugs. And everybody's got drugs and Winnebagos. Like, okay.
They must have banded together, though, because you didn't hear about like 10,000 people dying. They're survivors, apparently.
I mean, you're going to go out and stay in a desert for a week. You better be prepared to stay a couple extra days, you know? You start rationing, and you're like, all right, you're a little fat over there. I'm going to feed you first. I don't know. I think it'd be neat.
I always wanted to go to Burning Man.
Yeah, this year just kind of didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I like outside. I like the elements, but that is a little extreme, I think.
Yeah. Do you think it was rain or shine?
Absolutely 100% rain or shine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. If I was the event...
They did the burn. They burnt the man.
Yeah.
That Wednesday?
They just never had to put... What if it rains before on a desert party?
Yeah, and you know, the thing that I think about is because there's supposed to be nothing's left behind, like zero trace.
Yeah.
And this year was like the worst for that. Because cars trying to get out, making ruts, and people leaving and just leaving their stuff there. And
there has to be vehicles still there, yeah.
And whole cars and stuff just left in the desert. So it's kind of wild to see if it'll happen again next year.
Well, a desert will never be the same either way. It wouldn't have been even if there were no people there. A hurricane in a desert is something that changes things. Mm-hmm. But because there were so many people there, I bet it's really changed.
Yep.
That's interesting. Man, so aliens are real, and the Coterie will be the first bar to have one.
Confirmed.
Rain or shine.
What do you think an alien would drink? Beer? Or liquor?
I don't know. You know when you like give a younger person a liquor for the first time? Yeah, it would be worse than that probably.
Spicy.
What if you killed him?
You might.
I think you would. Actually,
I mean, it's like giving a dog chocolate.
That's another great argument for why aliens don't visit here.
I mean, they just can't live.
You couldn't. I mean, just the bacteria here would... It kills us if we get sick for more than a couple weeks. And we're made for it.
Maybe have super antibiotics. Would you eat an alien?
I guess, definitely.
Just try it.
Yeah, well, you cook it long enough, right?
I mean...
148 in the middle?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe they have a whole different
maybe it's like sushi.
Microbiology.
Maybe alien sushi's legit.
I don't think I'd risk that. I won't even risk, like, cheap sushi.
You don't do Kroger sushi? They don't have a sign out front that says $6.99.
I do eat Kroger sushi.
My kids love it. And I just can't do it.
Really?
I just can't eat it.
They're good at it. They date it, and they time it. So you know how many hours old it is.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you pick up one that was from yesterday.
Yeah. Today, please. Today.
No, I think they throw it away every day. Oh, my gosh. I don't know what they would drink or eat. It's crazy to think about. They definitely have to have a suit if they came here. They'd have to be very advanced in technology.
A human suit.
A human suit, yes. That keeps out all of our...
Maybe that's why the Coterie is so good. Because we just attract all the aliens in fucking human suits.
Yep, maybe we're aliens.
They like fucking cheeseburgers. And old fashions.
I do love me old fashioned.
Are you an alien?
I am.
I won't tell nobody.
I feel like one sometimes. So, all right, back to who is Kokomo Gibson?
Who the fuck is Kokomo Gibson?
What about your pastimes and stuff? You really like to ride bikes, I noticed.
Oh, yeah. I've been riding my bicycle, riding my e-bike. That's been fun.
You had a bike club going on for a while.
Yeah, during quarantine, we had the little Lords of Social Distancing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted. And then everything kind of went back to normal, and everybody went back to work, and didn't have that going on anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been fun. And then here lately, man, it's just been whatever my kids are into and wife wants to do, and
yeah,
kind of a boring adult, and people expect me to be all like fucking
Well, that's what it's like
everywhere else, and
that's what it's like when you're throwing the party, though.
yeah. And I don't know. Now it's just like I enjoy playing Fortnite with my son, and I enjoy giving my daughter a hard time because she is nothing like me. 16-year-old girl in 2023. We have zero amount in common, you know.
Oh, I know.
You know.
Yeah. I actually just thought about that the other day. I know this podcast is about you, but I never noticed our parallels.
Oh,
have you ever noticed that?
We have
It's
kids that are the
insanity.
same age, but like our younger kids are the same age. Our older kids are the same age.
Which isn't normal because our
No.
kids are 10 years apart from each other or whatever.
And they both have different moms.
Yeah.
Or, well, different dads, moms. And, you know,
Right. A split
split family.
and both of our wives are cosmetologists.
Yeah. It's wild, really.
Like, if the harder you look, I'm like, maybe we're the same person. Or wait, like
split in two.
like Fight Club when he finds out he's actually both him and his friend are both one person.
It's that Spider-Man meme, and they're both pointing at each other. You, me, you.
Oh god!
But yeah, I mean that's my. We enjoy Michigan a lot. We go to Michigan to go to the lake and eat and just relax and making trips out of small little family weekends, 3 or 4 days here or there. I enjoy that a lot because involving the family and traveling and seeing different cultures, eating different food, and just experiencing different things on a regular basis is something that I wasn't fortunate enough to grow up into. So I think that when I got older, that's really what I wanted to do. And I think my kids really enjoy it. And if they don't enjoy it, they've been lying to me for a while now. So.
Yeah, you guys do get around a lot, man. I love to see that. Where do you go up in Michigan? You don't go Silver Beach. You go.
We've done pretty much the whole Michigan coastline.
Okay.
There's a couple spots that we haven't been to, but just really started down in Michigan City with the Burnham boys, and then New Buffalo area, and then we just kind of went north all the way up to Traverse City. But we've always found cool little spots. Saugatuck, Holland.
Love Saugatuck.
Dude, Saugatuck's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just go up there. The people are very kind, and it's just amazing up there.
It is. Yeah. I remember when I lived in Detroit, it was. And then I took
is pretty neat in Detroit.
I took a little road trip out to Saugatuck. I was young. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a different planet for sure.
Yeah. They call it the Riviera of the Midwest. And because they've got the water, the inlet that goes right there, and then you watch all the expensive boats and then all the cheap boats. And it's really neat. The food's good, beer's good, weed's good, all that stuff.
And it's legal.
I don't have to worry about getting my kids taken away for driving around with a joint in my car.
Right.
It's weird.
That is a weird thing about Indiana. Every state around us is decriminalized, right?
Right now, yeah.
Except for us.
Right
We're
now.
just the
asshole
assholes in the middle.
dude. It's like, hey, just, everybody smoke it before you get here, please.
Right. And they're still really proactively prosecuting it. Well,
except Marion County.
Well, I don't know about prosecution, but they're definitely still arresting for it.
Except Marion County.
Really?
Yeah.
That's our capital, Indianapolis, right?
Yeah. They've decriminalized it in Indianapolis. So, for personal use, they don't care. But the rest of the state,
that makes even less sense.
Well, it's like legalization in Washington, D.C. It's legal. It's completely legal for rec and medical use. And the rest of the United States isn't that our capital? Isn't what's good for the capital good for the rest of the United States? It's
that's really strange considering it's still on the schedule, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's federally illegal.
Yeah,
but the capital decriminalized it.
You can walk 2 blocks away from the White House and buy weed.
Okie dokie.
It's kind of wild.
It is wild. Well, I guess it didn't surprise me that the administration and law changing would take time. What surprised me is that it's still being so enforced now that it's clearly the tides have changed. Clearly people don't think it's destroying the culture. But you'll still see newspapers print, the cop made a major marijuana bust.
It's one of my favorite things.
I'm like, who gives a shit?
You see some cop posted up, and there's we busted an ounce of weed today, and they're all smiling. It's like, congratulations, man, you just ruined a fucking a day.
Yeah.
You just ruined someone's whole day. It's if it did here, I think that would be my next entrepreneurial journey, was to grow, sell marijuana somehow legally. So dispensary or delivery or some sort. It's not, because I don't know, I'm a firm believer that it helps people, and you just have to know what you need. And without it being legal, you have no idea what you need, because a lot of people they don't want to get arrested and lose their whole life because they're trying to get healthy, or they're trying to deal with something in a way that doesn't take pharmaceuticals or, big pharma to take care of their stuff.
Yeah, and that's something we should
For me, I started smoking because I wanted to get high. And then later on in life, it's just like, I enjoy smoking to deal with my anxiety or my stress and stuff like that. And now it's to the point of like, I like a certain strain, or I like a certain terpene, and now you can, hey, I'm having a bad day, my back hurts, I take some CBD. Or hey, I'm going to a concert, I'm going to eat some edibles because it makes me fun. It makes me smile, and I can just doze off into fucking space somewhere.
Heightened experience.
Yeah. So I think people that need that would really be able to use it. And not only that, but the economic changes that happens in every state that legalizes it. It's amazing.
Is it? I don't know much about it. It seems positive. What I hear, like loads of revenue and
yeah. So like Colorado, for example, because I'm versed on Colorado's taxation. So they take a percentage of their taxes and they donate it to the highway department. So all their roads should be up to date. It should be keeping up. Part of the taxes go straight to the schools. So all the schools have what they need to pay their teachers properly, and all the stuff that they need in schools.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
And then there's all this other tax money that goes for substance abuse. So people that are abusing harder drugs, they'll get the help they need outside of, having to go to Florida for a month for rehab or something. So there's all kinds of positives. And then I know people can argue negatives all the time, but it's hard to find a negative. I know the only thing I've heard is like driving drunk, driving buzzed, driving stoned. And it's just like,
driving intoxicated is not a good idea.
Driving sober to me is 80 down the fountain. Driving stoned is going the speed limit.
Yeah. There's always a missing link there, though. Like, what does it have to do with the legalization of marijuana? It doesn't have anything to do with the legalization of alcohol.
Nothing.
You just can't. You're just not supposed to drink and drive.
The whole like pros and cons of alcohol and marijuana are just ridiculous to look at, and side by side. And even being the peddler of booze that I am, like, it's awful.
Yeah.
In the sense of overindulging, it's fucking shitty.
Yeah, alcohol can really hurt people quickly.
Yep.
If
used ill properly.
Yeah,
improperly.
Yeah, but I think all drugs are that way.
That's fair.
And that's why I think probably the answer seems to be the government getting uninvolved in drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the scheduled stuff with the war on drugs and all that.
Yep.
That has not improved anything.
Not one thing.
The only thing that seems to make any positive effect is decriminalizing and regulating.
Yep.
I could see that because people are going to make their own choices anyway.
Yep.
Better to take dealers out of the mix.
Yeah. I mean,
take dark web money and underground money, take all that out of the mix, put it all on the table, and regulate the best you can, and teach people to make good decisions.
All the dark web stuff is wild.
I don't know all of it.
I don't either, but like just from the stories I've heard, I've never been on it. I have no desire. I just feel like as soon as I get on,
nothing on there that's good for me.
My whole life is going to dissolve into dark web stuff. And catch me at home, and I have shipments of wild stuff on my front porch. There's an alien skin on my front porch, Dustin. What do I do?
I bet you can't order an alien right now.
100%. Especially the ones from Mexico.
We should go on the dark web, see if we can get a live one that'll come to the bar.
$14 an hour. That's what we're paying.
I wonder what their economy's like.
Yeah, I wonder what their minimum wage is in fucking Alienville.
Hopefully good, so they're not here to steal everything from us.
They'd probably just tax us anyways.
Yeah.
You stupid Americans. We're going to park here and you're going to pay us.
What do you think we would have that'd be valuable to an alien? It's impossible to think gold would be valuable to money. Because
no,
that's just a human invention. Water.
I have zero. Water,
clouds.
Maybe. Floating water, you know?
Yeah, I think water's pretty rare in the universe, generally speaking. That might be.
What else does the Earth offer that other planets don't offer? People, as of right now.
Yeah.
People, water, oil. I don't know. We haven't really drilled into any other
fossils,
freaking planets, I don't feel like. We're not up in Mars, like drilling for Mars oil, I don't think.
Yeah, well, there would have to have been carbon life, I think, to make fossil fuels oil. So that does make the Earth uniquely valuable because we've had 65 million years or so of shit dying here.
Maybe we took over the pyramids. They come back for their homes.
God, man, wouldn't it be weird if we were like actually living on the capital of Alienville and we didn't know it?
It'd be like Independence Day. And just fucking coming up over the gas tower.
Oh. Do you think we could sponsor it?
Yes.
Get like the coterie on it.
Aliens invade Howard County, sponsored by the coterie.
Yes.
Free tickets, but you have to buy a beer.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Pay for your beer today, get it free tomorrow.
Free all day tomorrow.
Because there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, we're all done today.
Oh. Well, man, what if you could share anything with anybody dumb enough to listen to this whole thing?
Yeah.
What would
They
you
would have turned it off at aliens and mud.
what would you share?
What would I share with anybody that's listening? Just don't ever give up on yourself, man. I mean, that's it. You've got one life, man. And that's pretty cliche, but it's yours. And no one else is going to live it for you. No one else is going to do anything for you without you first helping yourself. So that's it, man. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick. So good.
Don't be a dick.
I love when you say that.
No, I mean, yeah, that's it. I just want people to be happy with themselves and let them live, man. Just let people live. Don't be a dick to other people. You never know what anybody's going through. So here lately, man, I've just been trying to be positive, more of a positive pillar to people. Instagram and Facebook is always just flooded with random negativity of just stuff. So I've been trying my hardest just to put more positive vibrations and affirmations and all that good stuff out there for people.
That's good.
Yeah, just because I mean I feel like and you know this, and we've talked about this, but everything that you intake is a part of you, and everything that you see and everything that you read and everything has some effect on you in some way, sure, whether you know it or not. So I think if just taking a moment out of your time to make sure that people read something positive, that has an effect on people as well.
That's great.
Yeah, that's it though, man. That's really it.
Right on, man. That's good advice. That's a responsibility we all have.
It is, and I don't think all of us harness that energy.
It's hard
enough, you know. And it is very hard. And like I said, I've been trying to make a valiant effort at it, and I even miss my days where I'm just like, I could have really used someone to say, "Hey, breathe, relax your shoulders." Take a breath.
Getting mad.
You are just fine. You are alive. You are well. You have everything you need right here, right now. And you are lucky to be right here, right now.
That's so
true.
true.
And that's one of those things like, it can take your day from being the shittiest day possible. Just take a deep breath and remember, hey, you're fucking here. You know, you're right here in this moment. You're breathing. You're lucky to be alive. You're in this moment, and no one else can take that from you. Someone else can take everything from you, but they can't take. I mean, it's gonna fucking kill you, I guess.
Not if you can run.
Yeah, not if
No,
I
I
have
know
a
what you
fucking
mean, though.
alien exoskeleton.
I know what you
on.
mean. Yeah, you don't have to let anybody kill your vibe. It's yours.
They'll fucking shoot me and my alien pops out and just spits Burning Man mud all over you.
Yeah.
Stops you in your tracks. And you're like, oh god.
Oh, you have to make the thumbnail art for this podcast, and that's it.
Just me splitting in half with
Yep.
fucking
Spitting.
Burning Man mud.
Yes.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, I look forward to that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah,
This is
thanks
the
for coming.
First time you and I have really sat down and just talked about really nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about a lot, but like at the same time, we didn't talk about why the bar did $200 less last week or something.
Yeah, we don't have anything new to accomplish.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Hopefully we'll do it again in the future. I'm sure maybe people will have some ideas of what they'd want us to talk about.
You know, I think we should do one of these, except have like 3 or 4 people and a couple drinks.
Let's do it.
I think that'd be neat.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Rogan and his, like he gets Rogan and Ari and Kreischer,
Oh, God.
and they all just sit around and they've got a bottle of Buffalo Trace and some joints, and
I don't know.
and it just goes off the deep end. It just goes.
Let's do it. Let's not do it live,
No,
but let's do it.
No, because
That video will jump around a bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'd have little people strippers.
Oh God. Let's set that up.
Good. You got anything you want to tell the people that might listen to this whole thing?
Nope. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, buddy. See you later.
Say bye.